Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Gruff.
I'm Baka.
Yeah, Baka was on
What's
time
up?
with saying his this week because Oak was
Yeah.
here.
waiting for his time.
I'm glad that we're back. Oak is back from his vacation, and Baka is back from the flu, so we're all good.
Back from the flu.
We're all healthy.
Yay, I'm not dying anymore.
Yay!
He took a trip to Flu Town.
Your lack of death, that's great.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Been resurrected.
So I know we'll have tons and tons of stuff to talk about because it's been 2 weeks since we've had a show and everything and all of that fun stuff. So what's everybody been playing?
Nothing.
Games.
All right, well, that was a good show, everybody. We're done for the week. I'll see you all next time.
I guess I can start off because I was gone for a while. I started while I was gone, and while I was gone, I didn't play a whole lot, obviously, because I was too busy doing Disney stuff, and I don't recommend going for 8 straight days. It's kind of crazy to do it that way. But then I got back and played a little bit of Sea of Thieves, and then this game called Apex came out.
Never heard of it.
I know, it's crazy. So played a lot of that, and then Sea of Thieves changed completely this week by deciding that they were going to delete your game, and then you have to reload your game.
Why did it delete?
Because it's now smaller. They added other features and stuff to it, but
Okay.
instead of being 40 gig in size, it's 26 gig in size. They figured out how to condense the game down a little bit.
Okay,
And there's new missions to unlock new cells and ship stuff, and it's cheaper. Like normally, like it's like if you wanted to get like a normal hull or something, and you were doing doubloons to do it, it's normally like 40. I think I paid 20 for it, and a flag was like 5 doubloons or whatever. And basically, they give you just enough doubloons to pay for that, whatever it was you got. So it was kind of interesting, but it was it didn't really take long to go through and beat it, but it was fun running on a galleon and enjoying that part of it. And supposedly, we never ran into it, but supposedly the ghost, Megalodon, which is one of the hardest things in the game to get, actually was able to, is supposed to be spawning more often. So you can actually kill it and get the achievement for that, for those people that haven't gotten it yet, which I'm one of those people. I did run into, I don't know if I said this before I left or not, I think it was around the same time that I had all this vacation stuff going on, but I also found the Wondrous Box of Secrets, or whatever it is, the Box of Wondrous Secrets or whatever, which is worth 25,000 gold. So that's the other rare thing in the game. So I found one. Now I got to get the other. Be good to go. And then also just before I left, which I stayed up for over 24 hours before I left, just so I could play it, I played Anthem. And enjoyed the hell out of it. Except for the fact that I was there before the open beta happened, so our games would crash every time we tried to go into a mission, and we had to restart the game, and then we just started in the middle of the mission and keep going. So that was kind of a pain in the ass, but I heard y'all played it, so I'm hoping y'all enjoyed it as much as we did. That's all I got.
I've just played Overwatch last week, and also Resident Evil 2 got released last week too. Or actually 2 weeks ago.
I was gonna say, wasn't it?
It was about 2 weeks. I'm a little off on our shows. Sorry. Resident Evil 2 came out, and holy shit, this game. You talk about a super well-made remake. Like, because this one's fully remade. All you got is the story, and they completely redid the engine entirely. Holy shit, it's so good. Like, I mean, people who don't like that whole fixed camera style and whatnot, this game feels all of it. Like, it removes all of that old style, clunk and chunk, and it's just, I mean, you have movement while shooting, the puzzles are good, the zombies are annoying as fuck. Like, I mean, shoot them in the face 15 times, and they still get back up. Also, I love what Bacchus said while I was streaming that one time. Like, it stuck with me. He's like, well, now I see why people miss when the zombies are so slow moving. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I feel that, because they're just kind of like
Shamble, and you're like, bang,
Yeah,
bang,
they're like,
bang,
you line up a shot, and all of a sudden their head bobs the other way.
Yeah, it's like, no, damn it, no. Oh, why do you do that? You make me look like I'm bad.
Can you not just shoot him in the leg and knock him down or something?
You can, but then they get back up.
Because it's
Like-
only headshots.
Well, no. I mean, well, you also get, like, lucky shots, which blows their head apart. You can get that on your first shot, or right before they, like, their HP is gone, you could blow up their head.
Ew.
So, I mean, it's like,
It's
that would have been
nasty.
nice if that would have been the first shot, but I wasted all of that ammo only to end up killing him like this. It's like, the bodies stay the entire game. Like, you kill them, they lay there the entire game.
Yeah, and sometimes they get
Oh, wow.
stuck to each other. Chicken had already
Turkey
killed
King.
one guy in the little police station. He had already killed one guy that was on the ground, and this other guy he was shooting, and he shot him enough to knock the dude down, but he wasn't dead, so he got back up. But since he fell on top of the other zombie's body, they stuck together and came up at the same time, like he was just carrying his dead friend around. I was like, I don't think that's supposed to work like that. It was
So I got a
funny.
question, Chicken. For the plot line, like originally when you played Resident Evil 2, you'd go through. It was 2 disc, right? So you'd go through
Right.
and you played one direction, and then you went through and played the other part of the storyline. And one of the things that they would do is if there were items that you took in the first one, they weren't available to you in the second one as well. How did they do? Like, is it all one solid plot line now, or is it a double playthrough as well?
So there's 4 variations of the story now. You have Leon A, Claire B, Leon A, or Claire A, Leon B. The only difference between the two is that whoever gets to go through the A playthrough gets to be the initiator for all the encounters. Like when I played Leon A, he gets to be the one to be introduced to the liquors and Mr. X and all of that stuff. Like all the items and whatnot are the same. Apparently, whenever you play the B storyline, whoever was A apparently just fucking walks through the walls and doesn't have to solve any puzzles and just kind of moves through. They're like, oh yeah, puzzles, psh, I'll just go through the wall, don't care. It's like, but how did you get to the how'd you leave a note here and all the puzzle stuff is in the same place? how did you why, teach me? But whoever you play through B, they don't give a fuck, man. It's basically if you play through B storyline, it's like, oh, you already learned all this shit. Good luck. Have fun, man. We're not even going to introduce you. These motherfuckers are going to come at you out of the gate. I mean, one of the first hallways, like the first hallway you go down, you go, save the dude, you come back, you go the other way, and there's liquors already down there. They're like, oh yeah, cool, you've already knew about liquors. Good luck. They're right here. They're all over the place. Have fun. You walk out of a room and Mr. X is coming at you. It's like fucking X gonna get you. It's like, oh god, what the fuck did he come from? Why is he right there? He's not supposed to be here for another 20 minutes. And that motherfucker just comes at you. It's like,
Surprise! I'm here.
bitch. God damn, he just comes around that corner like, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna kill you now. Okay.
I like that he follows you through the whole place now.
Oh my god, what a pain in the ass.
It's
Seriously,
funny to watch sometimes.
all you hear is dump, 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 dump. Dump, 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 dump. Dump, 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 dump. Where's he at?
He's like a really loud toddler that's still figuring out how walking works, where you gotta like go slow and then you catch up really fast, then you go slow again. Like, aw, now he's kind of adorable. Like,
Yeah, like you're just
scary.
walking through the hallways with your gun out, and you're like, then you hear the door kick open, and you're like, where's that? And you hear thump, thump, do, 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 do. And I'm like, oh god, he must be behind
It
me. or
really
something.
is like having a toddler because then the silence is the part that's scary. I don't
Yeah.
hear
Why
him.
did he
Where's
stop?
he at?
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Oh my god.
Chickens asked me to play it, and so that is my next Let's Play project that I'm gonna start today. And he's like, I think I might just come and sit on the couch behind you while you record it.
So who are you starting as A?
I want to play Leon because I love him.
Leon A.
But he sounds so young in this one and looks so young in this one. Every time I was watching Chicken stream it and Leon's like, what the fuck? I'm like, language, young man, language. You are not old enough
Man,
to
if
speak
you had to
like
deal
that.
what he has to deal with, then you'd say the same things.
He just
The game
looks
is
so
so
young.
fucking good. Also in Resident Evil 2 news, one of the articles, they're giving out free DLC. This February 15th, they are giving you Ghost Survivors mode, which you get three stories that you get to play through. The Mayor's Daughter, which if you've watched me play it, you've seen her.
Is that the little kid?
No, that's Sherry Birkin.
Oh.
The mayor's daughter is the lady on the table during one of the during the Sherry part. You know, in the creepy house with the police chief.
Okay.
She's on the table. Then there's the Forgotten Soldier, which nobody knows about, and then there's the gun shop owner, which we've met him too.
Okay.
So we've seen these characters except
you
for the
just get
soldier.
to see what's going on with them, essentially.
Well, I mean, spoiler wise, they all die. Well, they don't. You see what their story culminates into because you watched it during the main playthrough, which is super cool. You get to see some of it. But yeah. Oh, I also played Hunk story mode. That motherfucker's a badass.
You played as Tofu too.
Yes.
That's funny.
Well,
watching the tofus because like they actually eat pieces off of the tofu. So you're like just losing mass as you go through and get damaged. It's funny.
You should become faster as you lose mass.
That would be funny.
It gets slower as you lose mass because you're taking damage. So the tofu is like, I'm struggle busting here.
I like the hat too because sometimes it kind of swings around. It's like a beret, but sometimes it kind of swings around on the tofu piece, like when you're turning around and everything. It's so funny.
What kills me, and it almost reminds me of South Park style, where it just kind of bobs and moves like it's the hat talking.
Oh my god.
But man, Hunk's story mode is ridiculously hard. Like
yeah,
you basically have to run.
You?
You basically have to run through the entire game with extremely limited items. You have 16 item slots. You have 4 guns, a set amount of ammo, 2 gunpowders, and 2 high-grade gunpowders, and then 3 or 4 healing items, and that's it. You have to go through the whole entire game like that. So it's best to avoid and move, which is why I love Hunk. That motherfucker's a badass some bitch. They don't call him the Grim Reaper for nothing. He's the 4th survivor out of Raccoon City. So the dude is amazing.
I mean, unless I'm playing him and then he doesn't survive. Because I watched you do that and I don't think I could manage.
Nah, you gotta be very resilient to try to make it so that Hunk can get through. That guy is crazy.
I don't remember. Does he fight any boss type monsters?
No, Mr. X gonna get you though. Like that motherfucker shows that you can turn a corner and that motherfucker's like right there gonna Superman punch your face. So you got to make sure you swing wide to get around him and then just keep
kind of
going.
like with the tofu. You turned around that corner and he just went.
Yes. With Hunk, you have like I was already low health during that, so I was slower. With Hunk, I'm usually have more health, so I can kind of run into that wall and then instantly turn, which will bait him into a big swing, and then you can get behind him and just keep going. But he'll keep following you. And if any of the plant zombies get you, it's an instant death if you don't have a sub weapon. So you got to be very fucking careful with them. But my record is 13 minutes and 36 seconds. One more second, it would have been 37, leak time.
Get out.
That's okay. I'll use that as better than leak.
Oh, okay. Very clever of you.
The record for that in speedrun, because that's basically meant to be a speedrun, is 7 minutes and 6 seconds. So I'd have to shave off half the time.
Yeah, you would. Get good scrub.
Yeah. I tried it several dozen times before I went and found a run to how people avoid each scenario. Because you got to be quick. Like, you got to be quick, and your controls have to be on point. Because these fucking zombies are annoying.
Wow. We also all played the Anthem beta. Because it's on the way.
Demo? The demo?
What, demo beta? I mean, my brain
There's
just
a
says
difference.
demo is like something you can play once the game is out to test it out. My bad. I'm sorry. But yes, we all played that and tested it out and found different things that we liked about it and concerns and stuff. You want to talk about it?
No, I think we'll go ahead and
would
skip it.
look like an Ninja Turtle vehicle.
He did.
Yes.
He picked the Colossus for his second javelin and put some decals on it and colored it up, and yeah, he looked like something the Ninja Turtles would drive around.
The green
Yeah.
got like the weapons on it, the arms, they're like that bright orange from
Yeah.
the original.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. I like the javelins. I think it's cool to the little bit of plot line that they give you in the game too was quite fun. I'm not sure how the plot's going to end up being overall. I think it also is a bad idea for EA to allow Respawn to go ahead and pop Apex Legends out just before the release of Anthem.
You want to know what I've already thought? Like, me and Griff had this discussion,
Yeah.
and EA couldn't have done it any better. Because what is Apex? It's a free-to-play multiplayer BR. What is Anthem? It's a paid single-player co-op experience. So how do you tap into both markets at the same time? You release them both close, where people are filling their time with Apex, and the people who want Anthem can go play Anthem in a PvE mode. And if you want some PvP experience, you got Apex to fill the time. So you're spending all of your time in EA games.
I guess so.
That is what they want.
I can see that too. And they're, you know, I mean, overall, like Anthem, I enjoyed it with the exception of the crashing that I had to deal with. But it was to the point to where I kept logging back in. You know, it wasn't. I was getting frustrated, going, all right, no, I want to go back in and play. I liked the gameplay. I ended up playing. Ended up getting the javelin, the storm one, the one that has the lightning and all that stuff. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I think that's
the one Snitty played.
Yeah, that's the Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really liked it. Remind me a lot of playing Warlock or whatever. But it's like it's very, very interesting. It's different than Destiny to me. Like the feel is different. It feels like a BioWare game to me. Where I like the fact I didn't think I was going to like the fact it's third person. But I do feel it's weird that it's first person in one part of the game and third person in another part. I think that's weird, but
I think they were trying to like differentiate. Like this is your RP time. This is you being your guy, and now we're in action. Third person, have fun, be crazy, blow
Maybe
things
so.
up.
Maybe so. But I liked it overall. I thought it was really enjoyable. It was not well balanced when it came to how my PC ran it. When I was running it, since then I've talked to Griff and she said that she had no issues.
I didn't have any crash issues, but it wasn't that I didn't have any issues at all. I had a lot of issues with pop-in textures and set pieces. Like at one point I was like, I don't remember running by here and seeing the outside space in Fort Tarsus. And as I was thinking this, one of the back walls started popping in, and then the walls in front of it started popping in one at a time because the world was continuously building itself, I guess. So I had a lot of problems with pop-ins, especially when I was in Fort Tarsus. Outside in the world, it didn't happen that much, but in the base, it did all the time for me. And I also had the longest load time. Like, we were playing, our core group was Baka, Chicken, Snitty, and me, and Chicken and I have similar PC rigs, but for me, I was always, without fail, the last one to load in. It took everything longer to load on my end, even though we have the same settings and everything for the most part. And it was like Snitty's PC is actually below mine as far as power and capability goes, but he would load in before I would. So I don't know why it was hanging up on my lag, and I also couldn't get group invites. Like, nobody could invite me to parties. I had to invite everybody else, and they could receive my group invites. But I wasn't getting theirs at all. It would never pop up.
I'm just wondering because you and I had this discussion before. We have a similar problem with Deceit when you two are gaming at the same time, but in that case, it's where it just fails completely.
Well, yeah, it's because it's seeing two of the same IP try to join a game session, and so it locks Chicken and I from playing together sometimes in those games. But in this one, we could play together, but I couldn't get invites from anybody. Like, I couldn't get Baka's invite or Snitty's invite or Chicken. So it wasn't just that it was blocking our IPs. It's just that I was blocked out completely from getting invites.
Yeah, which I'm convinced Griff's game was broken, or she downloaded it wrong.
I downloaded it. It downloaded on its own.
You downloaded it
Actually,
wrong.
you downloaded it for me while I was
Then
at
I
work.
downloaded it wrong.
So,
totally your fault, Chicken.
I know.
I mean,
My bad.
but like you said, it was enjoyable. The mechanics in it, I thought, were really strong. I can see a lot of the Mass Effect stuff that they had been working on. That game. Yeah, like a lot of the mobility is in Mass Effect Andromeda as well. But Andromeda did so much wrong that it was hard to point to and be like, look, they started here, but really they did. They brought a lot of Mass Effect stuff, and some of the powers even are stuff that you can get in Mass Effect, and some of the earlier Mass Effect series even. I went with the Ranger, though, because I liked the mobility, and I liked the overall, like, kind of middle ground. Like, I took a shield, like a bubble shield thing, so that if people go down on the field, I can rush over to them and put the shield around them and help them up in the middle of combat and things like that, so that it's a little safety thing like that. But I also took, like, a homing rocket because I like to blow things up. I took points in melee because I like to be able to jump up with your rockets and then slam down in the middle of a group and then, like, jump away.
I like that there's classes that
Yes.
are in there, and so you have variety for, like, when you and your friends are playing or whatever, you can kind of, oh, well, so-and-so's playing this, let me go ahead and swap over. I like the option.
I like
to be
that you're
able to do
not
that.
limited to classes. Like,
It
when
doesn't
you
lock you
make
out
your
of them.
squad, yeah, like you make your squad and you're like, well, I want to play this one, or I want to jump in that javelin, or I want to do this javelin. Like, it's not like I have to re-roll my character and level all the way up again. It's like you can just play
Like
whatever
Destiny?
javelin-
Yeah.
Yeah. Most MMOs these days. I think out of context, like Final Fantasy 14, the MMO, you like your jobs, which is your classes, you can just change them on a whim. Like, you want to be a healer, you change class, you put your gear on. You
I
want to be a
think you
tank,
still have to level each of them though.
yeah, but you just have one character and then you level the classes up across level up your jobs, and then you can play it.
Level
any
up
way
my
you want.
job.
Well, I mean, theoretically, I guess you could do the same thing here, where it's one of those where, like, if you wanted, you're basically level up your human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not your javelin. So, what can I do? What am I capable of doing inside of the actual javelin itself is based on how I level up my individual.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how it goes. I mean, it comes out the day before my birthday. So
It comes out like the day that everything else does.
right?
And if you did happen to play Mass Effect Andromeda, you probably recognize a fuck ton of the voice actors. Like, the lady voice for the lady character, if you pick a lady voice, is the same one that did Vetra Nyx in Andromeda. Gil Brody, his voice actor is the one that's Lucky Jack, I want to say.
Lucky Jack, that's his name.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it's
guy.
Lucky Jack.
There was a bunch of them that I heard in passing, like people talking. I'm like, you were in Mass Effect Andromeda. Hello again. I mean, it didn't help that I was like currently playing Andromeda when I was playing that, so it was just all fresh.
I wonder if some of the lines are the same.
I don't know if it's the lines or if it's that they were like, we realized this didn't work out, but you did some really great work for us. Why don't you come back in and continue?
I'm just wondering if they could take some of the work that they've already done and just like kind of piece
Reuse
it
it.
together to fit into this particular plot line, I mean, I would. I mean, you've already paid the actors to do it, so might as well, do something with it. So maybe they can fit it in there. I'm also happy that they found something else for them to do after they completely destroyed an entire franchise.
Yeah.
But all good.
Want to talk about 2 weeks worth of news?
Yeah, all like 7 stories. But what did you think about Anthem, Baka?
yeah,
Everybody
Baka
decided to
didn't-
run you over.
Yeah.
Baka was our Colossus.
Yeah.
Also Ninja Turtle Mobile.
There's things about it I enjoy, but I'm still kind of worried it's going to end up being like Destiny, where it might have this big following out of the gate, and then it's just going to die down so drastically.
Probably
But
a lot of
plus,
games
once
do
you
that.
beat the game and go through the story, well, what else is there to do? Are they going to do more with it, or?
Have you not seen the roadmap? They've already
No.
released it. They've
I
got
didn't.
3 major expansions planned out for the next several months afterwards. Like the first one starting in March, like right after the game is released. They've got the first major expansion, which has new strongholds, new items, new systems, all this new shit, and they're going to space it out over the next 3 months as they kind of release it. And then the next one is going to be right after that. They're going to release even more strongholds, more items, and they're going to constantly evolve and push the game via their roadmap as they've shown. And then my train of thought just disappeared, trailed right off. And it's all for free. That's what I was gonna say. Like, they're keeping the game bundled together. Like, everybody can play it together. You don't have to worry about buying expansions or anything like that. they're going to release it in patches, so to say, like WoW does. But you pay your sub for that. But they're going to release all the story content together and keep all of their player base together, and then you just hopefully live off of microtransactions.
I'm assuming it's going to be set up to where it'd be similar to Sea of Thieves, and the fact that you're going to have events that take place, and that's going to unlock certain things for you if you took place in that event.
Yes,
whether that's a skin or whatever it happens to be.
Absolutely.
And I like the fact that they're doing it that way. I think it shows growth on EA's part, maybe.
It
could
does.
be.
Like I'm feeling that a little bit. Like it's like, all right, you guys got your PvP blockbuster that you let out. Now you're letting Anthem.
I feel like they're sitting in a room somewhere going, we can't fuck up like we did with fucking all the Star Wars
2.
games.
Yeah.
Well, technically, and not having Star Wars games other than that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it is what it is. But
they really just need to have that IP pulled from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, EA needs to kind of step back and let their studios do what they do best, which is make video games.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I understand that like live service games like this need to make money so that they can support it. Let them handle it. EA, just let them handle it. They're not going to be making multi-billions of dollars, but they will make enough to sustain themselves and keep this game going, which will rebuild your reputation.
Right.
So let them take care of it. Okay.
On that note, if we want to, we can, since most of us played it too, if we want to, since we're talking about news and everything else, or leading into that. One of the things that we did talk about was Apex Legends, which is the free-to-play game that came out this week. It's squad-based, squads of 3 that do have different classes in each one of the squads.
Almost like Overwatch style.
Yeah, very, very, very similar to that. And what's really cool to me is the fact of how many people wanted something new and are getting it. Like,
yes.
And this is the cleanest battle royale I have seen. Like the way it was released.
Played it, but watching it, holy jeez.
I'm gonna preach because I don't understand in this day and age how the fuck did they keep this quiet for so long? I only started hearing about it a few days. Like the rumor mill started spitting out things like, Titanfall developers Respawn is going to release a new BR. Like this is what Titanfall is supposed to be. And I was like, it's keeping the ear to the ground, listening to it. And then Monday it comes out and they're like, oh, hey guys, check this out. Look what we developed. And everyone's like, where did this come from? Where have you guys been hiding this? Like, what rock were you behind the whole fucking time?
Well, and I like the fact that they're creating a universe. Titanfall itself has a very good, well-built multiplayer built inside of it. Has a totally different feel than this game does, which is what I love. I love the fact that they're like, okay, we're going to do BR. We're going to start off with squads, so you get to play with your friends. And some people were mad about that because they're like, well, what if I wanted to play by myself? Now you're putting me up with a bunch of randoms. And I was like, you think about it, that's how the community for things like Sea of Thieves started, was the fact that you had a bunch of people that didn't have really necessarily friends, but they got on a ship together and able to work together and might created friends that way.
Absolutely.
And then, so you might be able to create a squad that way. And the amount of people grinding this game right now is
it's ludicrous.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy how much they're grinding the game. And it's so much fun. Like the gameplay itself, it's satisfying to me. I feel like I'm actually working towards something. I don't feel like with PUBG, you drop into a particular area and if there's nobody around, you got like 20 minutes before you see somebody. And it's just because the circle seems
or more.
And then it doesn't. There's no real satisfaction there. Same thing with Blackout in some cases, but Blackout's a little smaller map, a little faster moving. So you have almost a multiplayer feel inside of the different parts of the map. What I like about this is I can see where everybody's dropping. They've got all the little streamers on them. It tells you on the very middle of the screen how many's left on the airplane. So if you want to drop hot, you drop hot. If you want to hold on.
Well, there's even special zones too. It's like, this is a hot zone. You can get really good loot here, but I mean, everybody can see this. You want to drop? You want to drop in this danger space?
That's the other thing too. Is you enter a new biome on the map, it tells you in the top left-hand corner what kind of loot you're going to find there. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Do I want to spend my time here or not? Oh, well, it's got mid-grade loot. I've got shit loot. Yes.
Yes. Like this game is just. Okay, so my BR life, PUBG, when it first came out, Red bought it, loved it, spent 200 and 300 hours something in it, playing it, really loved it. Then Ring of Elysium came out, started playing that. It was better. The systems and mechanics were better. I was okay. I liked that too. Then Blackout came out, and it's like, oh wow, this is the faster paced combat that I'm looking for in a BR. But there was just something like missing out of it. Like I just wasn't enjoying it. And then this game comes out, and it's like, okay, we'll tick all of your boxes. You got your fast paced combat. You have your classes, like Overwatch style. It's like, oh, okay, combat feels really good. Movement feels really good. It's like, wow, this game is really fucking good.
Your microtransactions that are built in too, like the store itself is a very good combo of Overwatch's store and then also Fortnite's store. It gives you options that are available for you to be able to purchase, and they can be earned, by the way, because I looked at the different ones that were there and found those skins inside, so they are ones you can earn. And then, or you can do the regular loot box system that we're used to with Overwatch, which I think is just brilliant. And you unlock those loot boxes.
No. Actually, let me go ahead and correct this. No. Once you hit a certain level, like you cap out on levels which do not give you loot boxes anymore.
Oh, at what level?
I think it's like once you pass level 20, it stops giving you them every level, and it starts bouncing every other level, and it's like once every 5 levels until you hit cap level, and then you don't get them anymore. People are petitioning or talking to the developers because they're really like communicative on Reddit and whatnot. Like, if you win, you get an item,
right?
Or if your squad wins, you get a loot box. Team leader, whoever is the most important one, gets to pick one of those 3 items, and then everybody else gets the other 2. Like, make an incentive for the cosmetics in the game. Like, give a reward for winning and whatnot. So that I can kind of feel, and I hope they work on a little bit, because not being able to get the cosmetics other than buying once you hit cap is tricky in that area, because then you start removing the incentives to kind of play.
Because I think one of the things they do with Fortnite, from my understanding, is you have, and I'm not sure how it is with PUBG. You played a lot more of that than I did, but and I know it's this way with Blackout, which is you have the seasonal stuff that's available.
The battle pass.
And so as you continue to win, you can unlock that as you go, and it's stuff that's only going to be available for that particular time period. And then once the next season starts up, then you start from scratch again and have to make your way through. Or you can just buy the entire season.
Yeah, which they might do, which that's kind of been floating around too, where they're going to release the Battle Pass. Also, one of the things I got to say is this game is done. Like, they released a fully completed game right out of the gate. They're like, oh yeah, here's a free-to-play Battle Royale game. Done. It's not a beta, it's not a demo, it's nothing. It's just, here you go, have fun.
You mean it's not been going for almost a year and a half and still have the word beta up in the top right-hand corner?
No. I mean, it's actually done. Like, they released a completed game.
That's
I know.
Crazy.
It's crazy in this day and age, right?
It's so weird.
Yeah, so if they do release a battle pass, which would be, a better way to do it, where, you win, you level up in it, and you get free items and things like that would be good. Incentivize your cosmetics, and then people will buy your stuff. Like, I mean, if you have a good game, people will buy it. I mean, so far this game is pretty fucking popular. It knocked Fortnite off of number 1 on Twitch for 5 days in a row.
Right now, as we speak, because I've been refreshing it this entire time, just so it's on there. There's currently a tournament that's going on Fortnite. So Fortnite is the number 1 thing on Twitch currently at 350,000 viewers. 160,000 of those are watching the tournament. So half of the viewership basically is watching the tournament. 343,000 viewers currently watching Apex. No tournament involved, just people watching the game. So it's and to be fair, if you knock the 160,000 off, it would actually put Fortnite in 3rd, because currently you have the League of Legends stuff going on, and that would be in 2nd place. So it is one of those where this game is currently a juggernaut that nobody expected. It's a refreshing change when it comes to BR. I don't feel tilted when I play in the game, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, like you die, you're done. Well, also the respawn mechanics. Like when you die, you're not out of the game.
Right.
Like,
which I think is
shit.
That's also satisfying, because we had the other night. It was fantastic. We had I was down, and I was able to hide because I play Mirage.
The knockdown shields, good. I mean,
knockdown shields are fantastic, and so I had a knockdown shield in front of me, was backing up around the backside of a crate, and the other team comes in, knocks down one of our other guys, kills him. So now he has to be recovered, and the girl that was on our team, she ends up. I'm telling her as the guys are about to come into the door where she's at, and she just pommels both of the last two of theirs. Ends up team killing the entire thing, grabbing his stuff and reviving him, or revived me and then recovered him. And it was just amazing because it was we might have been shit the rest of the time, but that one moment was just worth every bit of it. And I think that's what makes this game fun, is the fact that it's getting past that little point, moving on to there. So I think that's gonna be
you're
really
not eliminated as soon as one of your teammates die, and you're not down a man. You just recover their tag and you go and res them. Me, Baka, and Newbie played the first night it came out. We won twice in a row. Like, I still got those memories in my head. Like, that dude on a zip line coming straight at us, landed right above it. I just lightened him up, killed him, and we won. Like, I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to how many people were left. I was just trying to survive. And in the game right after that, we killed, 8-9 people and won again. Like, oh. The combat is just so satisfying. I mean, the problem I had with Call of Duty was you get into fights with people and then you just happen to die. Da-da-da, and then you're gone. This one, it's like, da-da-da, oh, you can take cover and, do all sorts of combat style stuff, and you can shoot them back without dying immediately.
Right.
The armor feels like actual armor.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Call of Duty, it was like, oh, okay, I can take one more shot than normal. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would agree with
100%.
that. And they did hit a milestone. Going back to the news part of it, they hit 10 million player milestone in 72 hours. That is crazy.
That, to me, that just shows people were so desperate for another good BR. Like, I mean, people have been, I guess, trying to get off the Fortnite hype train, and there just hasn't been any other vehicles, so as soon as you jump off it, you get left behind. But now, I mean, now you've got this. And people are like, oh, sweet, another fucking train. And like I've preached many
for adults.
Yes, Fortnite for adults. And like I've preached so many times, competition, we win. Yep. And this is giving Fortnite competition.
The other thing about it, too, one of the things that when Griff and I were first talking about it that we were worried about was we loved Titanfall's 2's campaign.
Oh, I loved it too.
It was
so
great.
Good.
It was brilliant. It was a little short. It was brilliant. What we were scared of is this is what Titanfall 3 is. This is it. Done. Apex Legends, everything else. Andrew Wilson came out, which is the head of EA, and said, no, Titanfall's not done. There's going to be more Titanfall stuff coming. Now you've got some of the Respawn people coming out and saying, not only is it not done, we've got other stuff part of the universe that we're going to try to explore in as well. So we've got other games coming out later on this year, not just Apex Legends. It's going to be based on the same universe. And then, so I'm excited about this because I like the fact that we can continue to experiment in the same universe, and I feel like it's a fun universe to play in. Mm-hmm. And they're different. It's not the same gameplay. I can get different things out of them. I just don't want it to become what they did with Call of Duty, where I'm getting a same game every single freaking year flipped over in different varieties. I want it to be to where this feels right. Apex stays free to play. You make it keep it interesting for us. And I think they've built it up into a certain way to where this is where it feels competitive, to where you can go out and actually do something with this game. So I'm interested to see how they end up changing that. But
okay, I was reading the last part of it. Meanwhile, the EA earnings call reaffirmed Respawn's commitment to releasing Star Wars: The Jedi's Fallen Order this year. So looks like we'll be getting a Star Wars game from them.
From Respawn, yes.
Yes, from Respawn. So I mean,
Respawn.
I don't know what this company has been doing, but goddamn, they've been working and they're creating stuff.
Which is good. I mean, it's good considering that we just had a Respawn just had EA cancel a freaking Star Wars game, and the only thing we got was battle crap,
Yeah, battle crap.
So we'll just have to see. I mean, I'm interested to see, but I've got high hopes for that game coming out too. So it's just gonna. Respawn's a good company. For those that don't remember, we were talking about this before the show. That company was created by former Activision employees that were part of the Call of Duty franchise, one of which was Modern Warfare 2, I believe.
Yeah, it was Call of Duty 4, which is my personal favorite Call of Duty game ever released, and Modern Warfare 2, which was highly recognized as being one of the better games, too. So, I mean, before reading all of this stuff, I kind of thought BioWare was EA's last bastion of a good company, but Respawn is like, hey, we're right here. We're good, too. And it's like, oh, wow, you guys are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
like,
they're doing a great
doing
job. They're doing a great job. I mean, and if this is the direction that EA is going, and I'm all for them making money and figuring out best ways to make that happen as a company, as long as they're doing it the right way ethically, game wise ethically. I think that if they continue to do it this way and have their other companies involved with this, then I can forgive them a little bit. Get rid of your Star Wars franchise if the Respawn one doesn't work out, but. But I mean, we've got that until 2023, so I guess we'll see on what we have. But it is a possibility they cancel the other one because the Respawn one's so good too. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what the difference between the two games would have been, but it is a possibility that too. That'd be great if they came out and said that. Well, the reason we canceled it is because it was total shit compared to the one that Respawn's going to do. You know, or maybe Focus. So we'll just kind of have to see on that. Is that all the information on Apex?
Yes. Speaking of, EA turning things around with their companies and kind of like letting them have more control, and the Respawn and BioWare are doing their thing, hopefully making more money. We'll switch to the other side of the coin. Unfortunately, Activision looks like it's got its hand deeper into Blizzard, where it's forcing more choices. Apparently, they're going to be laying off hundreds of staff at Blizzard to restructure. Let's see. Laying off hundreds of staff on Tuesday, restructuring rumors that plans to centralize functions and boost profits. So they're just trimming the fat. They don't care about people. They're like, whatever, get out of here. Your jobs are redundant. We're just focusing on making money. We need to save money wherever we can, which hurts a lot because Blizzard. I mean, it just feels like
money if they didn't pay the CEOs so much.
Oh, what? Hey, now you talking logic? So chill out with that.
Yeah, why would you get all logical with us? Nobody needs that.
Yeah, you talking like actual people talk. So we're talking money talk here. But yeah, it just seems like Blizzard has been in the news negatively. It's also like we've been dealing with Bethesda, and they're fucking shooting themselves in the foot.
Yes.
Over and over and over again.
Yes.
It's like, Blizzard, guys, come on now, stop with this whole thing.
Well, I mean, it's eventually just going to be a skeleton crew, and I guess enough to like support Call of Duty, and that's it. Maybe eventually.
Why would they support Call of Duty?
What, Blizzard, Activision? Activision owns Call of Duty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Blizzard doesn't have anything to do with that side of it. The only thing they're doing
but I mean, that's what they're doing, though, is they're getting rid of all the other stuff so that they have, like, one thing to focus on, which is their one moneymaker.
Well, Activision side deals with them.
They're going to be much of a moneymaker so soon.
Yeah, I mean, Activision Blizzard is gutting Blizzard's side of it. It's basically one half of their company. They're letting, Activision deal with all of their Call of Duty bullshit, and they're basically tearing out the ribs of Blizzard, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, basically what you're going to look at is probably no more new IPs coming out of Blizzard if this is the case that they're doing. You're going to continue to WoW, which is a cash cow anyway.
Well, they're also coming out with Classic WoW, which I will be playing again.
Which will start me playing the game, which I've never done. So
I think Classic WoW is their holy shit. We got to try to boost profits somewhere. This old game, we can remake it and then put it back out there because people want to play it like it was. So. Hopefully it's not that many resources.
You and I had a conversation about that recently within the past couple of days, Chicken, and I really am still convinced that it's gonna boost their stuff for a little bit, like a couple of months probably, and then that number's gonna fall too, and it's gonna be below what they want it to be in order to sustain it. I mean, I think that it's the same with when they release new expansions for current WoW. everybody comes back, plays for a little while because it's shiny and new, and then that newness wears off.
Do you think?
To be fair, it's not shiny or new. It's like
Well, no, but
busted
it
out
is,
the old dusty book,
but it's
and
still
putting it out for
you're
you to
bringing
read.
it back around. It's something you don't have access to currently.
Do you think that if they change their policy on paying for a service monthly or whatever, and we're able to figure out a way to make money otherwise, that would help something like WoW and also generate more money for the company, because you already have the cosmetics you can purchase, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you got rid of the monthly service in general and just made it to where it was, you paid for the game one time and then you had the cosmetics that
To
were
be
involved or
fair,
whatever.
you can get rid of the monthly service fee. You just have to play the game enough to earn the gold to buy the token, which is what a lot of people do already. So technically, a lot of the people playing WoW right now are not paying for it because they can earn the in-game currency and buy their time with the in-game currency. So I mean, I guess they've kind of done that in a way because they are relying so heavily on the store. Like just the lunar event that just happened, they released a flying pig mount that you could not obtain in-game. You had to purchase it from the Blizzard store for real money in order to have it.
Which, for the record, is the first event holiday mount that you can't get in-game.
Yeah.
This is the first time they've ever done that. All
So they
other
are kind
holiday
of
mounts you can
transitioning
get
towards
in-game.
But does that bother you?
Yeah, a little, because with mounts, I mean, it's something that you're gonna have in-game, and it was like $25.
Yeah.
So it's a really expensive in-game item.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like at $10, okay, I could probably justify $25.
People spend $25 on League of Legends skins now too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, to me, it's just crazy because I mean, you buy 4 skins, 4 mounts, 4 whatever, and you've spent $100 on something that you don't actually own, and if the server's shut down, you never have.
That is why we can get into this discussion as deep as we want, is you start paying for your entertainment. Like, how much do you feel entertained, and how much do you feel okay paying for that entertainment?
Which is why, like, the free-to-play model that you currently have with your some of your BRs, for instance, Fortnite.
League is free, too, so, I mean, it's just
League,
kind of your choice to support the company or not. Like, sometimes when I play a game so much, I feel bad for not buying things. It's like, these people are just doing this without asking me for anything.
Well, hell, at one point, PUBG, you were making money off of it, but at the same time, you paid $30 for the damn game.
I didn't pay shit.
Well, somebody paid $30
Red
for the damn
Yes.
game, right?
Yes.
So it's like the game itself costs money, where these others don't necessarily, and then you make your choice: do I want to purchase it? And to be fair, if I'm paying $10 every 6 months or whatever because I happen to like a skin or whatever it happens to be, I'm not really mad about that.
Yeah, I know, right? $10 for 300 hours of entertainment? I mean, that's fine. I mean, I watch Netflix for $15 and I get like 600 hours a month out of that shit. Not literally, people. Come on now. But yeah, I mean, you pay your monthly subscription and then you have as much access as you want. It's kind of the opposite. As you have as much access as you want, do you feel the need to buy some stuff? Do you want to support the company?
Mm-hmm. So. Well, it's like with Game Pass, which is what they currently have with Xbox. You're currently paying a subscription fee, and you get as much hours out of all those games you want to. If you're like me, I can download one of the games, and I probably won't get the $15-20 out of it because I'm not playing it as often as I should. But there are some cases, like I own Doom. But I also downloaded it through Game Pass because it was available there, and I don't have to worry about putting the damn disc in. So I'm doing it out of convenience. Yeah. So it's, that's not the reason I have Game Pass, but
it's part of the reason. Don't listen to him.
Yeah. So I am interested to see how this ends up going. I mean, you got hundreds of staff and stuff being laid off. You got a lot of people that think that their job is safe. You got a lot of people that think that their job is not safe. We need to continue to follow the story, but in the meantime, best of luck to those that do lose their jobs, and hopefully evidently Respawn might have something going good over there, so you might want to look at that.
I will say this, I saw a tweet out by them, but THQ Nordic, guys, I love them. Everybody knows this, but they tweeted out after this news broke, and they're like, hey, Blizzard employees, if you're looking for a job, THQ Nordic is hiring for all of these positions. Feel free to drop your resume here. We could definitely use you. And it's like, you're going to go work for a company? You work for them. They're good people. Go to them.
On that same subject, Metro Exodus, which we've covered on the show before, is not going to be on PC for Steam,
Right.
even though it's been available for pre-order for a while.
Which you can, whoever, they're going to give people who pre-ordered on Steam their game. On
Yeah,
Steam,
they're gonna
so.
honor the
Yeah.
pre-orders. It's just that they decided to pull it from Steam after it had already been listed.
Yep. So it's available on the Epic Game Store. There has been so much backlash from this. A lot of people laying into the actual company, which is 4A Games. And 4A Games even coming out and saying, hey, don't blame us. Blame Deep Silver.
Well, except for that one guy who was very much not... He did not handle that well from a PR standpoint.
No.
He's basically...
If you boycott it on PC, it'll never be on PC
Yeah,
again.
if you don't buy it on PC, then it's not going to come to PC. It's like, you don't hold your IP hostage. I mean,
No
that's
shit.
ridiculous. Don't try to do that. You're not making things better for yourself at that point. So, which, I mean, I get it. The company came out later and was like, this was just one very passionate individual who was getting a lot of flack for things that they had put a lot of work into. And it's like, I get that, but at the same time, it's dumb. And the way that he defended it is probably the way that the internal higher-ups who made the decision would, which is, I mean, if you're not interested in spending the 5 seconds to download the Epic launcher, then you must not be interested in my game, which is not the case at all. It's just silly that you want to put it on a specific platform like that. Also, a platform that you can't do anything with, like, no social features, no review features, you can't play in offline mode, so if you're, like, offline for some reason, you can't play games you own. That's the
Yeah,
dumbest
like, I mean,
thing.
this is just bringing up the whole, like, we're all PC gamers. Like, I mean, what the fuck is this client exclusivity bullshit?
It would be
you got-
Sony being like, okay, well, you can only play this game on your PlayStation if your PlayStation is one of the, like, specific kinds of PlayStation.
Like,
What
I
am I
underst-
thinking, Oak?
Huh?
What's the other one? There's, like, the base version of the PlayStation 4 that came
Pro.
out.
Pro?
Yes, thank you. I was like, what did they call that
Yeah.
thing?
the Pro.
So you can only play this specific PlayStation exclusive game if you play it on the Pro. Or not even PlayStation. It's everywhere, but only on PlayStation on the Pro. Be like, why are you excluding... See, this is all one thing. Why are you doing this?
Yep. And it just, it blows my mind. I like the fact, I do like the fact that from a community standpoint, PC gamers are stepping up and they're saying certain things about it. I think that one of the things, I love the fact that one of the reviews that I'm looking at now off of Steam was reasons not to use Epic Store. One, they have terrible security. 80 million accounts were exposed last week. They have terrible customer servers. Just Google it.
Service.
Just Google it. Games are more expensive on Epic due to regional pricing, and you can't play games offline.
Ooh, that fucking kills me right there.
Limited social features, and that's the thing is, you've got a guy that turned around and made a comment about the whole not going to have it on PC anymore type deal or whatever, and then you have another person that's come in and goes, well, if you didn't love our games enough to spend a few seconds to go ahead and download this, then we don't really care about your opinion anyway.
It's like,
And
okay,
I'm like, fucker, listen, I don't want that. I want your game. I don't want that. There's a difference. I don't want Epic Store on my damn PC.
Yes,
I
give me the option, motherfucker. Leave it on Steam. If people want to buy it cheaper, they'll go to Epic Store. Like, they'll go over there and buy it. But give me the option to buy it wherever I want to buy it. What is the problem with buying your game? Why is that such a problem?
you realize that this is like one step further from the pre-order bonuses. Like, you get this item if you pre-order from this store, this item if you get it. Except for now, it's the game itself. You get this game
shit.
if you buy it from this store, nowhere else. Like,
I mean,
why
it would
do
literally-
that?
I mean, I guess the hard copy version of this would be you turn around and go, well, we've decided that we're only selling this in Best Buy.
Yes.
You know, it's like
Get this
everybody's
game
like,
I
now,
don't buy
only at
from Best Buy. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Just let me buy your game where I want to buy it. Why is that so fucking difficult?
Well, and you've
It's
got the counter people that are like, you could just add it to Steam. Yeah, I can add it to Steam, but it still means that I have to put all of my payment information on Epic Store and everything and have their launcher and have it open because it's going to make sure I'm on fucking line. in order to play it.
Yeah, no shit. And I understand that certain games, I'm gonna go ahead and point at Ubisoft real quick. Certain games require you to open their launcher when you play games, but it's because those games rely on that server, like those servers. Like
Right.
you connect to Ubisoft, you play, and then you log into their servers and you play games that way. As far as I know, Metro Exodus isn't an online multiplayer style server based
It's a
game.
single player.
Even
single-
single player games, sometimes depending on how they're set up, and I only mention this because it's why I have Origin on my PC. You have to open it, but it's because it imports your save file information and everything from their servers. It doesn't save.
Oh, what, you're telling me they have cloud based save systems?
I know it's weird.
I know, right? It's almost like Epic Games doesn't have any of that shit.
Yeah. Like, and that's there's all the other listings right there. If I was that dude, I'd edit my entire review and add that shit in there too.
No
Well, it
shit,
did have
like,
a see more button. We just couldn't see it all because it was a screenshot. So
Yeah, I
you
guess
may
that's
have
true.
put that in there.
Yeah, like what is the problem with people wanting to buy your game where they want to buy it? Like, I mean, okay, you might not get enough money. You might lose a little more. It's because
the same,
it's safer.
It's any exclusivity deal comes with money involved, which means that Epic offered that specific company money to be exclusive on their platform. And it's
That's gonna
hard for
hurt.
some developers to say no to money, especially since Epic's friggin' got it by the boatloads thanks to Fortnite.
Well, and here's the thing that they're saying too. Like, basically, Deep Silver and Koch Media came out and said, future release strategy of Metro series lies with Koch Media and Deep Silver. Our decision to partner with Epic Games was based on the goal of investing in the future of our series.
Which means they
Our
have-
development partner of 4A Games. We have every intention of continuing this franchise, and a PC version will always be at the heart of our plans. The problem's not the PC version. The problem is the fact that you're not giving PC people a fucking choice.
Yes.
Which that's all we've ever had, are choices. You know what's going to happen? Your game is going to be bootlegged like a motherfucker, and you're going to lose money. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
That's what's going to
100%.
happen.
Because, I mean, it's not just Steam. It's not that we're just upset that it's not on Steam. It should be available to purchase through any of the storefronts that we want to purchase it from. So Steam
Right.
or GOG or Humble Bundle or wherever we want to buy it from, we should be, open to buying it from that, except for you decided that's not what you want to do. You're
Yeah, like
only carrying it through this one platform that's new and that has already had a bunch of pushback against it. But it's because Epic says, we've got cash, you want some of our cash, you put your stuff on us, and that's it.
I wouldn't even had an issue if, when they decided to release Metro Exodus, if they turned around and they go, hey, look, the DLC is going to be free on Epic in 6 months. It's going to cost you money if you're on Steam. You know what I mean? Like $15, $10, whatever. I wouldn't even had an issue with that. Because at least I had a choice to where I bought the game to start with, and now I have a choice on whether I want to actually play the DLC or not.
Yeah, what the problem is like, if they ever did something like that, it'd be like you have to rebuy the game on Epic Store because your Steam version doesn't count as
Right.
an Epic Store version. So, I mean, we need to. Okay, consoles have exclusivity. Okay, That is how it is. PC does not. There is no exclusivity thing on
does
like
now.
in this. Well, there shouldn't be, which is why PC gamers are fucking up in arms, because this shit is not going to fly with the PC world. Like this shit.
The only time PC's exclusivity lies within PC itself. Just like the
Yes.
consoles. There are certain games that you will never find on a console.
But you'll find them in multiple places on PC.
Correct.
Yes.
You know?
That's one of the big things. It's like, I want to play it on PC, but now you're starting to tear. We have enough fucking clients these days. Like, everybody wants their own goddamn client. This was just straight up poaching.
Well, and I think that really the only reason that it would ever find exclusivity to a client, because Ubisoft was going to do it, but it's because you need their launcher to play it, and it's their property to start with. The problem comes in when
Yes.
you're buying third-party property exclusivity onto your client, like Steam
this is
stuff,
exactly
like
poaching.
Portal and all. That'll always launch on Steam only. Because that's just how that stuff works.
That's their game.
Yeah, it's their
Right.
it's their IP. It'd be like, Xbox and Halo. But
Yeah, you'll never load that shit up on PlayStation.
yeah, I mean, it's just that's a different thing, but it is weird when you start having third-party exclusivity. So it's not an Epic game, but it's exclusive to the Epic store. Why? Money.
It's also important to note too that THQ Nordic, who does own the franchise and everything that goes along with it, originally came out and made the statement that that was up to them to make the decision. That they don't control any of that. That basically they're there for, I guess, money. Here you go, have the money.
Yeah,
build the game the way you want to.
Have all the money.
THQ Nordic, man, much love to them.
And then they said that that's not a decision that they would have made. But they understand, they have the capability to do that. And then the CEO of THQ Nordic later came in and said, I firmly believe that Deep Silver and Koch Media have carefully considered the advantages and disadvantages, opportunities and risk in their decision to go solely with Epic Games Store. The decision has my full support. So they're fully supporting the company, not the decision necessarily, folks.
Yes.
They're like, there's a difference in what he's saying right there, which is they have our full support based on the fact that we feel they've done the research, and if that's what they choose to do, that's on them, but that's not the decision we would have made.
Yes.
I think going forward, depending on how the backlash is when this is fully released, I think going forward, THQ Nordic's going to end up in all those contracts they have with these companies they own, change that up a little bit to where THQ Nordic gets to help with that decision making a little bit. I don't think they'll make a decision when it comes to the game. I think they'll make a decision on how it's published because of the fact of their own policies.
Yes. I saw them tweet that whole thing out, and somebody replied, "You're the parent company. You can tell them what to do." And they replied to that person and was like, "Oh my God, letting companies make their own decisions in 2019. How could we do this?" It's like they're their own company. We're here to help them, but they make their own decisions. It's like EA putting their hands so deep into them. THQ Nordic is like, you guys make your own mistakes. Do whatever you want to do, man. Good luck. Those aren't the decisions I would have made, but
but you got to think too from a parent company standpoint, which I get it. THQ Nordic's not necessarily about in it just for the money, which makes them an awesome company. But at the same point, they have to make money. Yes, in order to be able to sustain and do what needs to be done. So let's say that this bombs completely. Other than the consoles versions of the game, it bombs completely on PC because of boycotts and everything else that goes along with this. What do you do from the parent company standpoint? Do you put them in a room together and go, guys, how do we get out of this exclusivity? Or you turn around and go, we fully support every decision you made, but we got to shut down your company and we're going to take it over completely.
To be honest, I think THQ Nordic will kind of bring them in like parents and go, did you guys see what happened? Did you learn? Okay, we're putting it on Steam now, okay? You understand this, right? That was a bad idea. We're going to let everybody buy it where you want. And then they're going to put it on Steam and sales are going to go way back up. It's like, see? This is why you give players the option. Don't force them into no decision, no choices.
I mean, it's not like kids. Whenever you try to force kids to do something, the more you push them to do it, the more they don't want to.
Yeah, so I hope this works out well. I hope they have trouble on the PC version, so that
they do learn the lesson.
Yeah, so that they can learn, which I think they will. I don't think it's going to go, flying colors and pretty rainbows and whatnot.
I'm sure it won't.
So, yeah.
I mean, I've already said it. I mean, I'll be buying the console version of the game just because I have an easy access Xbox and I don't have to worry about downloading Epic onto my damn machine. I mean, I shouldn't have to do. I got too many clients. Too many already.
Oh, shit.
I just need a client to launch all of my clients. A client manager.
Oh, that's what. Hey, look, there's a good invention right there. Somebody wants to make money, that's what you do. You have a client.
There you go.
And it's not
trademark.
So much like the
Infinite
client.
Respawn.
The Infinite Client.
Infinite Client, yes.
And it's not so much as like the client being the problem. It's like what Epic did with this whole thing. Like it was on
business.
Steam. It was on Steam. People pre-ordered it, and then they went and was like, "Nope, we're not putting it here. We're going to put it over here." So sorry, folks. I know you wanted it, but now you got to come over here and get it. It's like, why? What the fuck was that? So I mean, I understand buying games, but PC gamers want a storefront. Steam is our storefront. Like that, I understand. You got Uplay and Origin and all these different ones. But Steam is pretty much at the forefront of all of these. The forefront.
The storefront.
Yes, so.
You guys want to cover really quickly the other couple of things, and then because I've got to record, and then I have food in the crock pot that will be done in an hour.
Yep.
Okay.
The one that I want to cover real quick is going to be Sea of Thieves is making PC and Xbox One crossplay optional. What that means is if you currently play on Xbox One, there's actually an option now for you to opt out playing against PC players. To be fair, there are some people that are very toxic in the game on both console and PC. There are also people that aren't really good at the game. And to be fair, if you're good at mouse and keyboard, you're going to be better than some of the people that are on there, and that gives them the option that way.
Well, they're opting out of like mouse keyboard style. Like you can even when Xbox One comes with the mouse keyboard support, you can opt out from playing with those people too. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be control. You're basically controller people and mouse and keyboard people, except if you play with a controller on PC, you're automatically PC.
And the thing is, it's optional to opt out, not opt in. So don't think because there's a lot of people that were like, that's it, this is done with PC. You're going on the PC servers and there'll be nobody there.
You
whatever. It's
actually
like
have to
first of all,
click the button.
yeah, you have to click the button. And secondly, I play PC. And I enjoy the hell out of playing on the PC, and most of the people that I know play the game on PC. I play with people that play Xbox as well, but at the same time, most everybody I know plays on the PC. So it's just people that want to play PvP. Enjoy your PvP. Just don't be toxic about the shit. Enjoy killing people. There's a difference.
I've seen certain streamers absolutely just rampage over this idea, like, oh my god, you've killed the PC world, like Sea of Thieves is going to die after this, like, oh my god, these pathetic console bitches can't play with us, and what are we gonna do?
Why would that kill it? You'd still have a player base of people playing on PC, unless you just assume that you are the small pocket of PC players.
That's what they were assuming, is that they're the small pocket of players.
Okay.
They don't know the difference is there's a huge amount of gamers that play this game that it's not as publicized as, let's say, something like Apex and Fortnite and things like that. And the problem is you have a few streamers in particular that have taken on to this PvP version of the game and have gone out and become a little bit more toxic or whatever and have done more PvP than PvE. And they might have a huge following or whatever, and they think that they're helping promote the game, which they are to a degree. But they think they're the only people that are playing this damn game.
Yes.
And it's like this game was popular before. It's just not talked about. There's a difference. People go on.
It's one of those sleeper hits where, if you play it, it's real fucking good. But I mean, they're busy playing it, not talking about it.
Yeah, like it's sad to me that they think, oh, it's once I stop playing this, nobody's gonna be playing this anymore. And it's like, it's not how this game works. This game is different.
Yeah.
So, and the servers don't work the same way as they do in every other game, And to be fair, I play a lot of PvE, so if the seas happen to be a little bit more empty, have a nice day.
Yeah.
It's like, So, but it's you do have that option now. So if you're a person that doesn't like to play against people with mouse and keyboard, is what it is. I play controller usually, and I can hold my own pretty fucking well. So, I mean. It's just turn your sensitivity levels up and learn how to play.
Yeah, no shit. Get good.
Yeah.
The other little nice bit of news, TellTale devs will focus on interactive narrative games at a new studio. So I am very happy to see that some of them who have put their heart and soul into some of the games they've made are starting again. So.
Oh, hopefully it won't end like last time.
Yeah, hopefully they don't make the same poor decisions that their previous CEOs have made. So
yeah, for real.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It's really cool. And then the last thing, Griff's most favoritist thing ever. Nintendo.
That's not true. Technically, that would be you, sir.
Really? I think I'm second banana to most things.
Stuff and all that. So.
Nintendo announced because they were talking about getting into different forms of media and entertainment, and they have announced their new mobile game because they had Super Mario Run, and they wanted to tap into it again. So, I mean, what better game than Dr. Mario? I mean, it is a Tetris-style game for the phone. Which
I enjoy Dr. Mario very much. Dr. Mario on the phone. We'll see.
I told her that, and she's like, oh, wow, I'll download it on my phone. I was like, that is exactly what they're hoping for. They're like, oh, yeah, cool, download it, play it. I mean, and if they go with the same plan they did with Super Mario Run, because it was like just buy $10 and you get the game, everything in the game, and then you can buy microtransactions in it. Cool, no big deal.
Yeah, I probably won't buy microtransactions, but I would buy Dr. Mario.
Yes. So
That'd be better than free to play. And the only way it's like, oh, you can't unlock the red ones unless.
I would punch people.
Yes.
Too funny. Anything else
The
we got?
virus has mutated, and now you can't kill them unless you pay $9.95.
Anything else we got?
No.
It's-
I'll be putting up Resident Evil on my YouTube this week, apparently, so that's a thing.
Yeah, look for that.
She's gonna be so scared.
I know it's gonna be
can't
so
wait
good.
till Mr. X
Is everybody
starts
gonna
off
be disappointed if I'm not scared?
To be fair,
yes.
yes. You're going to be scared. I've
Okay.
seen you play enough games. Also, I did see a mod for Resident Evil 2 where X gonna get you every time
Give it
Mr.
to
X
ya.
shows up. X gonna give it to you. Yeah, it plays the theme song whenever he starts stomping around at you. It's like, X gonna give it to you. What? Run! Oh god, why is he rapping at me? Get away! Oh, good.
That's too funny.
Like, honestly, I would probably run around with him following me just so that I could have that theme song playing.
Too funny. We do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week at Infinite Respawn. As always, you can check us out on Twitter at InfiniteResPC. You can check me out personally at MDBOtree. You can check out Griff.
At Griffslanum.
Check out Chicken.
Add Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
Baka Pickle.
Also, make sure you go to Griff's YouTube channel. She just said she's about to start up the Resident Evil series, but she also has a really cool video that she's posted recently, as well as some other stuff. You know, a bunch of games, this whole Uncharted series thing, all that good stuff. Past ones with her and Baka playing through games as well. Make sure that you check those out because they're pretty fucking funny, and she's a very entertaining human. We love her to death. Also, happy belated birthday as well, Griff, on that one.
Like 10 days late. That's cool. I'll take it. Yay.
Hey, yeah, but we didn't have the actual
I
one that
know.
was near the birthday, so I have to do what I got to do. So, make sure that you wish her a happy birthday if you haven't done that yet, too. Ha! See, now maybe the whole comments will just blow up with happy birthdays, Griff. Also, make sure you go to twitch.tv/EliteChicken313, where you can watch my boy Chicken as he plays through games. What's the newest one you got, bud? What are you playing through this
It's
week?
probably
like-
gonna be. Well, I'm still playing Resident Evil 2 in the afternoons. Like I'm working through Leon B now. I'm playing all the stories, and I'm gonna start trying to move through it a little faster. do
Speed
that whole,
running, maybe?
Yeah, that little quickly run through it. I mean, I went from 9 hours on my first run to 7 hours on Leon A was 9.5 hours. Claire was like 6 hours, and then my last one was 4 hours, 5 hours. So now that I know where everything is, I'm moving faster. And by the way, that's 100% like room to room completion. So.
Oh, awesome! That's fantastic, man.
Yeah, so I'm moving
Evenings,
fast.
you're still doing like multiplayer Overwatch and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
Perfect.
Probably Apex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Little bit
whatever
of
that
that.
game is, you know.
A little bit of that. Also, make sure you go to mixer.com/MDBOtree. I stream pretty much every day right now during the evening time. Playing Apex as well, Apex Legends, and some Sea of Thieves, and hopefully we'll pick up a game soon to play that is single player as well. So we'll see. But anyway, for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
Back.
See ya.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.